Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with my July 2021 TBR. Say it with me everybody, it's TBR time! Yay! If you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, I have a ridiculous stack of books here. And these are just the physical ones. We're not even talking about the ebooks that I also want to get to in the month of July. So I decided like last month that I wanted to really focus on summary reads for the month of July. July is the month of summer to me. You know, June up here, the kids are still usually in school. And then August, I start to see a lot of stuff from my friends in the States of their kids already going back to school. So July just feels like that one month when everybody is off, everybody's on vacation, everybody's going to the beach or the pool or just hanging out in their backyard. You know, it's the month of summer in my opinion. And the other thing that I've talked about before is that when I get new books, sometimes I'll talk about that, oh, I really want to get to that. So kind of like my version of mood reading. And I actually started a list on my phone of books that I purchased in June that I wanted to get to in July. So they kind of purposely got put on this list. So the books, I'm actually going to be sharing with you like almost 30 books, I think. Will I get to all of them? Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. You know, again, as I always say for my TBR videos, this is subject to change. I'm also participating in another challenge this month, over the next couple months, I think, which is the Bachelor Challenge over on the Romance Readers Reading Group on Goodreads, where we're putting a team and every month we're given a or every week we're given a new task, like a new prompt to read a book from. So if I don't have anything, I'm going to have to go outside my TBR and pick another book. So, like I said, subject to change. There's a lot of books here to talk about, you guys. So let's get started with the biggest one of the month. So, Kate Howe, over on her channel, announced her read-along for the month of July. And that book that she is doing a read-along for is Coming Home by Rosamond Pilcher. I will leave link to her announcement video in the description box below. So it's just so funny the way that this happened, because a few weeks before her video went out, I had just bought a couple of books by this author. This is one of my mom's favorite authors. And then she announced the read-along, but it was for neither of the books that I bought. So I went to go ahead and pick up this one, and guys, this just disgusts me. The ebook version of this was like $14. This trade paperback was like $24. I'm like, for another $10, I'll get a nice big floppy paperback. So that's what I did. This is a chunker, you guys. I think it comes in 936 pages. So I'm going to break it out over the course of the month. Read a little bit every day if I can. It'll probably be more like trying to read so much per week and get through it that way. And then I think she's doing a live show or something. I don't know. But I am very excited. But like I said, I'll leave a link to her channel and her video in particular in the description box below. So you guys can go ahead and check it out in case you're interested. I do not know anything what this one's about. For the first time ever in trade paperback, New York Times bestselling author novel about home and family. I'm for it. Against the backdrop of an elegant Cornwall mansion before World War II and a vast continent-spanning canvas during the turbulent war years, this innovative story tells of an extraordinary young woman's coming of age, coming to grips with love and sadness, and in every sense of the term, coming home. Okay, I'm sold. I mean, even when Kate was talking about it, this just sounded really good, and I really am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really fun read. So I think I'm going to break it out week to week, and however much I can get read every week, and that might make it a bit easier to get through. I was going to grab it on audio, but I'm like, even the audio was like 40 hours long, and I'm like, nope, let's just read it. So that is the first book I want to share with you guys. So the next little bit of books, excuse me, I do have my drink here, is some NetGalley books. So there are some other NetGalley books sprinkled throughout the rest of the books I'm going to share with you. However, these are specifically ones that I want to read that are coming out in August. So these 5 books are coming out in August. They are all Harlequin romances, or Harlequin category romances, excuse me. So the first one we have is Reunited with His Long Lost Nurse by Charlotte Hawkins. Looks really cute. This is a medical romance. Then we have Good twin Gone Country by Jessica Lemon. This is book 4 in the Dynasty's Beaumont Bay series. Really looking forward to this one. I think this whole series takes place in Nashville, and I am so excited. And it's a desire novel. And then we have The Horse Trainer's Secret by Allison Lee. I don't think this is part of any series. It doesn't say that. This is, however, a special edition novel, and it looks like it might be something secret baby because it says she has a secret and she looks pregnant on the cover, so I'm just guessing at this point. The next one we have is Married for One Reason Only by Danny Collins. This is a Harlequin Presents novel. I love these now. I'm really starting to get into these. They are such fun reads, and I can't wait for this one. And then the last one is Missing in the Desert by Dana Mentink. And this is book 2 in the Desert Justice series. This is a love-inspired suspense novel. Really looking forward to this one. I do love the love-inspired suspense books. I think they're fantastic. Pardon me. So yeah, so all of those books are due to be released in August. So hopefully I'm going to get them all read this month and be able to let you guys know my thoughts on them when they come out next month, or the month after next. So next up, as I've been doing the last month or so, I'm going to share with you guys the books that I picked for the Romance Readers Reading Group Challenge on Goodreads. I do this every month. I love doing it. I love participating in it. So I will go through the prompt and then show you guys the book that I picked for it. So the first one we have here is Happy July Birthday. Read a book published in July, or read a book with red on the cover in honor of July's birthstone, the ruby. So I'll be reading Miss Janie's Girls by Carolyn Brown. This one came out in July of last year, and it is a NetGalley read. So I do want to get to it because it came out a year ago. But I love Carolyn Brown's writing. She is so fantastic. She does a lot of great cowboy contemporary romances. Love Drunk Cowboy is one of my favorites by her. However, she also does these great, more women's fiction type stories. So I love the cover on this one. Like I said, I'm really shooting for books that are very summery. And this one with the birthday candles and it just feels cheerful. Do you know what I mean? So really looking forward to that one. The next one is Baby Names. And it's read a book that includes a character. It doesn't need to be a main character. Or is written by an author with one of the following popular baby names or any variation or nickname of them. So the 4 names for this month are David, Genevieve, Isabel, and Michael. So our main character, the book that I picked, is The Beekeeper's Ball by Susan Wiggs. Our female lead's character's name is Isabel. So it absolutely fits this prompt. This is the second, I think, book. The Apple Orchard, I think, was the first book. Then it came The Beekeeper's Ball. Then there was something else, and then the bookshop one that I read last September. So I'm reading these out of order, but I believe this takes place in like California wine country. Looks really good. I am a big fan of Susan Wiggs, and I'm really looking forward to getting to this one. The next prompt is Featured Author Challenge, and the author for the month of July is Vi Keeland. So you can either read a book by that author or read a book by an author that either has their first or last name. You may also read a book set in New York or by an author who is from New York. You can also read any book with 100 or more ratings or shelved as sexy, erotic, or hot, or a book with a nerdy or geeky character. And I am reading one that has way more than 100 ratings, and that is The Summer Deal by Jill Shalvis. I mean, come on. It says summer in the title. This is clearly a summery type book. So I am very looking forward to this one. This is the 5th book in the Wildstone series. This is the next one that I need to read. And I am very excited about getting to it. I've just loved this series so much. And I think this one is going to be fantastic. The next one, July the 2nd, is World UFO Day, and it's to read a sci-fi or paranormal book or a book with a sky on the cover. So I will be reading Drop Dead Gorgeous by Kimberly Ray. This is the second book in the Skull Creek series. So last month I read the first book in this series, and then me and Bree from Falling for Romance, my co-host on the Categorically Romance podcast, and our good friend Nicole from Who Picked This Book, I'll leave link to her channel below. We all talked about the first book on the podcast, so we're going to talk about the second book in July, and that's this one. It fits the prompt because it involves cowboy vampires. definitely paranormal. But outside of that, there's a huge moon. If you look past the half-naked cowboy sleeping in that trough of water, there is a moon behind him. I know, it's a little hard to miss, but it's there. It's there, I assure you. So I am really, really looking forward to this one because I really like the first one. The next prompt, July the 4th, is Independence Day in the US. It's read a standalone book or a book with red, white, or blue on the cover. And I didn't think about this one until after I picked it. And I'm like, oh, this is a book set in the UK. And it's for a prompt on Independence Day. But it is a standalone novel. And it's The Spring of Second Chances by Tilly Tennant. Oh, I am really looking forward to this one. Yes, it says spring in the cover, but it's still that very warm month vibes to it, and I think it's going to be really good. I've had this one on my shelf for a while. This is another chunky one. I have a couple of chunky ones this month. Like I said, the Coming Home one, and then this one comes in at over 500 pages. I think I have 3 books, 3, maybe 4 that come in at over 500 pages. So this is the month of the big book, you guys. And this is a second chance romance, I think. 27-year-old Phoebe has spent the last year living under dark clouds. This spring, she's determined to embrace blue skies and new beginnings. But will she have the strength to open her heart for love for a second time? So, it sounds really, really cute. I love that cover. These are just Tilly Tennant's books. Just make me so happy. And I am really looking forward to that one. The next one. The 6th of July is International Kissing Day. Read a book with lips on the cover or a book with a kissing scene in the story. Now, I can't guarantee if this book will have a kissing scene. However, have a feeling it will. And if not, I'm going to count it anyway because the book is called Sunkissed and it's by Casey West. This is a newer release. I just bought a copy in June and it is a YA contemporary. And I'm just in the mood for a YA contemporary. I think I've read one book by Cassie West before. So this one really makes me excited. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks absolutely adorable. So yay. A great, great summer book. Number 7 is July the 10th, Don't Step on a Bee Day. Read a book with a character who has a painful past or who has caused pain to someone else, or a book with yellow or black on the cover. So this one is a bright yellow cover. A number of my books this month have bright yellow covers. It just seems to be like the color for the summer. And this one I started reading months ago, but never really got very far through it. But I'm going to restart it this month and finish it, I hope. And that's Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. Yay! I'm so excited. This is the second book in the Brown Sisters series. I loved Chloe's story. Loved, loved, loved. And I just bought Evie's story on ebook. So I'm hoping maybe to get to that one next month. But yeah, I might, even though I bought Evie's story on ebook for $1.99, I'm probably just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and get the nice floppy paperback because I have the first 2 books in the series in this format. And they're just so pretty. They are just so absolutely pretty. Get a Life, Chloe Brown is the first one. So yeah, clearly a bright yellow cover. Really looking forward to that one. The next one is July 29th is National Chicken Wing Day. And it's read a book set in the food or drink industry or a book with an animal on the cover or in the story. This one has an animal on the cover. I picked up this one in the month of June. If you guys are watching this the day that this video goes out, June 30th, and you want a copy of this book and its sequel, run over to your nearest e-retailer. These books were on sale for $1.99 the entire month of June for Pride Month. And the book I'm going to be reading is Better Than People by Rowan Parrish. I cannot wait. I've heard such good things about this book. It's a male-male romance. It's the first book in the Garnet Run series. And very excited. I want to read this one because I want to read the second one next month. Because the third book in this series, guys, if you have not heard the news yet, I am so beyond thrilled about this. In September or October, the third book in this series is going to be released as a Harlequin special edition. The very first LGBTQ story, contemporary romance, category romance, excuse me. I am so thrilled. So thrilled. I'm going to pop a cover of the cover up right here just for you guys to see. It's a Christmas story too. And I am so, so excited. So I want to read the first 2 so I can eagerly read that one as soon as it comes out. This is groundbreaking, you guys. Groundbreaking. Within the industry. Long overdue, but exciting nonetheless. So yay. I'm really looking forward to that one. The next one that I have here is National Ice Cream Month. Read a book that might make you scream with happiness, or scream with happiness that you have the time to read it, or a book set in a warm month or a warm climate. So this is another one that I picked up in June that I'm really excited about. This is Last Summer at the Golden Hotel by Elisa Friedland. And this sounds more like a literary type book, but it's about this family that goes to the Catskills for summer, and I'm obsessed with the Catskills ever since I found out that that's where Dirty Dancing took place, and it's like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time, and this one just sounded so charming, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. I'm really looking forward to it. And the last prompt for the Romance Readers Reading Challenge is Reader's Choice, of course. Read any book of your choosing. I have a list of books, because I do pay for Kindle Unlimited. I have a list of books, like a wish list, on my Amazon account for Kindle Unlimited books. Like when something comes up that looks good and it's Kindle Unlimited, I'll add it to that list. So I just randomly picked a book from that list, figuring let's use my Kindle Unlimited subscription. And I'll be reading Sunrise Over Sapphire Bay by Holly Martin. This just looks like a really cute summer romance. I believe it takes place in the UK as well. Super, super adorable. Love the cover. Can't wait to read it. I've read this author before, and I really, really like her stuff. So normally on a normal monthly TBR going forward, I'd be stopping there. Those are the books that I would be sharing with you guys. Even though I have other ones picked, they're kind of like the extra books. However, I ran across a readathon that is happening in July, the whole month of July. And this is for something called Seasonathon. And it is done by 3 booktubers. I apologize, I don't have their names written down, but everything will be linked below. Please go check out all their videos. So they do these readathons 4 times a year, 1 for each season. So like the spring one, I think only lasted a week or 2. There will be one in the winter time that I think is the whole month. I'm not sure. However, this is the summer one. There's actually 12 prompts to this, but the last 2 prompts I'm not doing. The second last prompt is to join in on the reading sprints, which I'll probably do, but of course I've got no book to share that for you guys. And then the last prompt is to read one of the group picks, and I will be honest, neither one of them really interested me. It's just not my reading style. One is a darker YA contemporary, one that deals with like a lot more serious topics, which is not a bad thing. It's just not what I'm in the mood for this month. I want light, I want fluffy, I want summer. And then the other one's like a YA fantasy, which you guys know is totally not my jam. However, this read-along or readathon looks fantastic. Guys, the prompts on this are just brilliant. I mean, you see some prompts in a lot of readathons. There's so many going on. And I don't know what it was about this one. This one just, the prompts were perfect. I mean, really well thought out. You know what I mean? So let me get into the 10 prompts that I am going to be doing. So the first prompt is Continued Pride. Read a book with an LGBTQ plus main character, because of course June is Pride Month. But let's not forget that going into July. Let's continue, right? And this book, I bought a hardcover of it when it came out. I'm just praying I actually really like it. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. Is The Gunkle by Stephen Rowley. This is a story about, this is another literary, I'd say it's more literary, about a man who, an uncle who is gay, and something happens to his sister-in-law and his brother-in-law, and he ends up being the primary caregiver for his niece and nephew over the course of the summer. And I've heard from some people that it is Uncle Buck. If you guys remember the movie Uncle Buck with John Candy and Macaulay Culkin, it came out when I was a kid, so many, many, many moons ago. It's that, but if Uncle Buck was gay. Like, I am very, very interested in this. I have read a couple of the reviews from it. People have said it's hilarious, and yeah, Patrick O'Hara is out of his league. Patrick, or Gay Uncle Patrick, GUP for short, has always loved his niece Maisie and his nephew Grant. That is, he loves spending time with them when they come out to visit Palm Springs for week-long visits, or when he heads home to Connecticut for the holidays. But in terms of caretaking and relating to 2 children, no matter how adorable, Patrick is honestly overwhelmed. So it just sounds so adorable. I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. And just that cover is just, it's summer, right? It's just summer. So the next one is Summer Job. Read a book over 400 pages. So I'm like, what book should I read? I've already got a couple books. I originally thought about doing the Coming Home book by Rosamond Pilcher, but I was sitting here putting my list together and I looked over my shoulder and I spied this book that was over on my shelf behind me. You might notice something is missing that used to stand beside my John Oliver figure right there. Yes, I have a John Oliver Funko Pop. Don't judge me. Book I'm going to be reading is Naughty Brits. This comes in at a whopping 570 pages. And this is an anthology of contemporary romances taking place in, of course, Britain by Sarah MacLean, Sophie Jordan, Louisa Edwards, Tessa Gratton, and Sierra Simone. I cannot wait. This is actually the book that I'm starting out the month with because I am that excited about it. And I'm like, I bought this a couple months ago and this is not available on ebook. It's not available on audiobook. There was only like a handful of copies. Like, I think there were 3 copies left on Amazon.ca. I bought one and then I bought a second one and I emailed it to Steve Donahue because when he saw mine, he was like, I must have that book. So yeah, really, really excited about this one. I cannot wait. The next one is Lazy Day at the Beach. Read a beach read. So I'll be reading The Hidden Beach by Karen Swan. I do not know anything about this book. I know Karen Swan is a very well-known author, and I'm looking forward to it. It just sounds really good. You know, her books are a bit on the longer side as well. However, this one just looks really cute, and it's beach. So I'm there. Next one, number 4, Get a Tan. Read something that is going to make you hot, steamy, make you angry, etc. So, a little caveat to this one. I've read the first book in this series and I didn't particularly love it. So the book for this one is Dreaming at Seaside by Addison Cole. But let me explain the reason why I didn't care for it. And I think now that enough time has passed, I can go into book 2 because now I can appreciate what it is that she is trying to do. So Addison Cole is the pen name for Melissa Foster. Melissa Foster has written a crazy number of books, all that follow like different characters in different towns, and they all kind of, it's like one big series, but with like mini series in between. So she put out these books under the name Addison Cole. And she refers to these as being sweet with heat, okay? So when I went into the first book in this series, I assumed what it was is that she was going to rewrite or re-release her older books because she does go very high on the spice meter. That she was going to re-release these as much sweeter reads, like taking out any explicit content. Be forewarned, sweet with heat means that there is still explicit content in there. It's just toned down a bit. So it's like she took the spice meter, instead of it being here, she like came here. But it's not all the way. It's not a sweet romance. There is adult content in these books. So at first, when I read the first one, I was really disappointed because I felt that it was a bit of a clickbait. Not a clickbait, but I just feel that there are some people who would go and look at this and say, oh, it's a sweet romance, when in reality it's not. But now that I've appreciated it, I want to read this one because I did enjoy it. The writing was great. I just felt the way it was marketed is what bugged me. So that first book made me a little angry. So that's why I'm going into this one with that one. But this one I do, as I said, it's going to get steamy. So we'll go there. Number 5, Travel Abroad. Read a book set in a country other than your own. Pretty easy for this one. I was trying to decide what to read, and I'm like, I want to read a historical romance. So I'll be reading Romancing Mr. Bridgeton by Julia Quinn. This is the 4th book in the Bridgerton series. So when the series came to Netflix last December, I joined in on a read-along that they were trying to read through the entirety of the Bridgertons prior to the release of the Netflix on Christmas Day. And I got to book 3 and I got burnt out. As much as I love this series, because this is a reread for me, as much as I love this series, I can only read so many at a time. So I am now ready to pick back up Colin's book. Really excited. I love Colin and Penelope's story. These are my UK editions that I bought from Book Depository because they're beautiful. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to delving back into that one. Next up, Off to Summer Camp. Read a book with an outdoor setting. So this one I found on Kindle Unlimited, and guys, this one sounds so adorable. This is called Summer at Sea by Beth Labonte, I believe is how you say her name. This is about a woman who ends up going on a cruise with her parents. And there's a romance, I'm assuming, between her and somebody. But it's like a Mediterranean cruise, and she's kind of stuck going on this thing with her parents. It just sounds so charming and delightful. Clearly an outdoor setting on a cruise ship. Really looking forward to this one. Number 7 is Backyard Barbecue. Read a book with food on the cover. So this is a book I recently purchased on ebook because it was on sale for $1.99. I have heard all the things about this author. She is, I believe, a darling, a booktube darling. I have yet to read one of her books, and I have heard mixed things. Some people really like this one, some did not. My good friend Chloe over at Always Booked loved this book. So I'm concerned now because Chloe and I very rarely agree. Like, we agree on books, but if it's one extreme to the other, like if she loves a book, I will not. If I love a book, she will not. If we both were like, hey, that was a good book, it was a good book. But she said she really enjoyed this book, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm going to go into it with, you know, no expectations. And that is Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I am really looking forward to this one. There is food on the cover with a wedding cake. I think it's something about these grown girls going to like their sister's wedding. It's like a family YA contemporary kind of an idea. I'm all about the YA contemporary in the month of July. Cannot wait to read this one. Next up, number 8. Summertime Sunsets. Read a book with red, orange, and or yellow on the cover. This one has all 3, and it fits perfectly. This book was made for this prompt, in my opinion. The Summer Seekers by Sarah Morgan. Again, my UK edition cover that I love so, so much. So there's yellow, there's red, there's orange, and there's a seagull. Oh, and another one. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to this one. It sounds so good. Oh, this is going to be so much fun, and I cannot wait to read it. I can't wait. Number 9, Late Night Fireworks. Read a book that you're excited about. That could pretty much be anything. However, I am waiting for this one to show up in the mail. I did pre-order it from Book Depository. This book was released like over a month ago here in North America, but I really had to have the UK cover, so I'm waiting for it to arrive. It shipped a couple days ago, so I should see it in the next week or so. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys the UK cover because it's just all kinds of delightful. And that is The Road to Rose Bend by Naima Simone. This one looks so good. It's the first in a series. There is a prequel novel called Slow Dancing on Rose Bend or something. So I can't remember. I'll put the name of the title right here. But there is a prequel novel that you can read before this one. And I do kind of want to try to slip it in real quick and read it because it's only like 40 pages long, to read that before I read this one. But then I was just also approved on NetGalley for the next book in this series, which is a Christmas book. So I got to get this one read. And as clearly as you can tell, I am very excited about it. And the last book is Summer Fling. Short and sweet. Read a book under 200 pages. So I'm going to be reading Sealed with a Kiss by Melinda Curtis. It comes in at 91 pages. I could also, now that I'm talking, have read that first one in the Rose Bend series. But that's okay. I'll probably just read both of them. This is, I think, book 1.5 in the Sunshine Valley series. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that one. And then the last couple of books here, excuse me, sorry, cheers. The Book Sisters Book Club pick. If you did not watch our live show on Saturday over on Chloe's channel, the book that was picked by you guys is The People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. So I did get a copy of this one. It was on sale on Audible. They were having a big site-wide sale. And I went ahead, I think it was for Prime, for Amazon Prime, and I bought a copy of it on sale because why not? So I have a copy of it now because it was going to be like an 18-week wait through my library. So this one I will be listening to on audio, and I am looking forward to it. I'll probably listen to it more towards the end of the month, closer to the actual live show, which will be here on my channel. Probably, I think, on the 31st of July. Usually it's the 4th Saturday in the month. However, with the way this month goes, with the way July goes, like we start right on a weekend, essentially. The 4th Saturday in the month is actually my wedding anniversary. Garrett and I might try and go and do something for it. We don't know yet. It's only 11 years. It's not a huge deal. Last year was our 10th and it got, you know, it was a COVID thing and we went out to dinner. So I don't know. We might try and go away for the day or something. So regardless, it's probably going to be pushed to the 31st of July. So you guys have lots of time to get your hands on a copy of this one and read it. And then the very last 4 books, very quickly, I'm going to run through these ones, are my Babysitters Club books. I'm going to be reading the next 4 in publication order, and that is Mallory Hates Boys and Jim, which is Babysitters Club book number 59. The Mystery at Claudia's House, which is Babysitters Club Mystery, book number 6. Starring the Babysitters Club, which is Babysitters Club Super Special number 9. And I have to admit, one of my least favorite super specials, because it's all about acting in the school play. Was never an interest of mine. However, reading them in publication order. And last but not least, Marianne's Makeover, and that is Babysitters Club book number 60. And of course, all of these are written by Anna Martin. She had ghostwriters. We're all aware of that. But yeah, so she is tagged as the author though. So yeah, so that is my crazy big July TBR. And I'm excited, you guys. I am so, so excited. I think everything is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to all of these books. Please let me know in the comments below, what are you guys reading in the month of July? Have you read any of these books that I've talked about, and what did you think about them? And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.